It's about the effects of context on visual information. I only did black and white in this series, and this is a small part of that body of work. I purposely didn't do colored images because for me the black and white image was very much about the black and white text. I wanted to keep that, and I thought it made the images more abstract, so you had to deconstruct them more. There was no seduction of color to draw you into that. They're very analytical in that sense. And I think every time an image is shown, it changes its meaning. For me, a photograph is very much like a chameleon. Photographs have this ability to absorb the contextual kind of meaning where it's actually being seen or experienced. I did a book called The Narrative Void, and the narrative void comes from filmmaking, and it's the space between the actual frames of the movie, and ultimately that space between the frames is where cognition and understanding occurs. So what interests me about these narratives, and I think that they're kind of stories that have already begun, but it's really what is not said in the picture that interests me, and it's the kind of conclusion that you come to by studying the image. So ultimately the image is a text. You're meant to read the image. It's really interesting how they've accumulated another kind of information base. When they were made, we didn't have Jeff Wall, we didn't have Cindy Sherman, Gregory Crutzen, all those people. They weren't around. That work accumulated 10 years later. I think that the conditions that we are going through today are very similar to the conditions that we were going through in the early 70s. The country was coming out of a war. The economy had tanked. There was tremendous uncertainty about the future. And I think these pictures address, they're all about uncertainty. They're all about what you don't see and what you imagine that to actually be.